Welcome to Galactic Conundrums, where the mysteries of the universe unfold right before your eyes. In today's episode, we dive into one of the most thrilling stories, an extraordinary journey of humanity that is reshaping the entire galaxy. As Earth breaks free from the control of the Galactic Council, a new force begins to rise. With unprecedented speed and innovation, humanity has begun building a new empire, one based on cooperation, freedom, and progress. But what happens when the Council, the established galactic authority, realizes it can no longer hold on to its dominance? Stay tuned as we explore humanity's bold rise and the cosmic power struggle that unfolds. We'll take you through mysterious encounters, shocking betrayals, and game-changing advancements proving that humanity's place in the galaxy is far from what anyone expected. Before we jump into today's fascinating story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on more incredible content that will keep you questioning the universe. Let's get started because the truth is out there, and it's more amazing than you could ever imagine. Location: Galactic Council Chamber, a vast, crystalline dome suspended in the depths of space, surrounded by a sea of stars. The chamber is an architectural marvel, its walls made of shimmering glass-like materials that seem to bend light, giving the entire room an ethereal, almost otherworldly glow. Representatives from various alien species sit in tiered rows, their glowing eyes reflecting the endless expanse of the cosmos. A soft hum of energy pulses in the air, filling the room with an ominous sense of anticipation. At the center of the chamber, a towering figure stands with 7 elegant arms stretching outward. Zalra Zarn, the High Counselor of the Galactic Council, her violet skin rippling with an intricate pattern of light, commands the room. Her presence is both majestic and terrifying, as if her very being is an embodiment of the universe's vast power and endless knowledge. Zalra Xarn, voice booming, echoing through the chamber. Order. Order. The time has come to review the petition of Earth, a species that has dared to ask for membership within our prestigious council. Let us proceed with this matter. The council members, a diverse mix of beings from across the galaxy, fall silent. They are a mix of ancient and wise species, each with their own forms of power and knowledge. Some of them have long, shimmering tentacles, while others possess eyes that glow like twin suns. Yet, all their gazes are fixed on the small human delegation standing at the front. In the human delegation, led by the calm and composed Trade Minister Marissa Kale, an aura of quiet confidence seems to radiate from her. While the council members look stern, as if burdened by the weight of galactic tradition, Kale remains relaxed, her posture unbothered by the immense pressure of the moment. The contrast between the humans and the council is stark. The humans seem too human. Too raw, too unpolished, yet there's something about their simplicity that commands attention. Marissa Kale's eyes glint with a quiet resolve, as though she knows something the others do not. Zalra Zarn waves one of her many arms, signaling for the proceedings to continue. The holographic projection of Earth's petition floats in mid-air, its details shimmering with complex data. The High Counselor speaks with a tone that carries both authority and skepticism. Zalra XARN, with a slight sneer after careful review of Earth's petition, the Council has concluded that your species, while innovative, is far too unpredictable. Your civilization's rapid technological advancements pose a risk to the stability of the galaxy. You have developed faster than light travel mere decades after achieving space flight. This pace is concerning. As her words hang in the air, the chamber shudders with whispers of doubt. The tension rises like the approaching storm. Many council members exchange uneasy glances, their eyes narrowing as if they are trying to assess the true danger of this human race. But then, a sound breaks the silence, a single, calm voice cutting through the growing tension. It's Marissa Kale, her voice steady, yet carrying an air of quiet defiance. She stands tall, unflinching, as if the very weight of the universe cannot shake her resolve. Marissa Kale, smiling gently, voice unwavering, your concerns are noted, High Counselor. However, we understand the implications of our technology. Therefore, Earth has made a decision. We hereby withdraw all diplomatic presence from Council space, effective immediately. The words hang in the air, like a challenge that no one expected. Earth's response is not one of anger, nor fear. It is a response of choice, of control. Marissa's lips curl into the faintest of smiles, a quiet acknowledgement of something far greater than what is visible in this room. The rest of the delegation, though silent, seem at ease, almost like they have won a game that no one else even knew was being played. The entire council chamber is stunned into silence. For a moment, time seems to stretch endlessly. The reaction is far from what was expected. Zalrazarn's skin shifts to a deeper shade of violet, an indication of confusion, frustration, and something deeper, fear. The High Counselor, so accustomed to wielding absolute power, finds herself unable to respond. As Earth's delegation calmly turns and begins to leave the chamber, a strange sensation fills the room. The Council, once so full of authority, now feels hollow. Their confidence falters. They had believed that Earth's petition would be a simple matter, another routine formality, another species to bring under their control. But instead, they had been met with an act of defiance. From his observation pod in the back of the chamber, Ambassador Thalaxis watches with growing intrigue. As a long-time observer of humanity, he knows that the true nature of the species has yet to reveal itself. The humans were not defeated, no, they were planning something far greater. Thalaxis, to himself, his tendrils twitching in thought, they are not as they seem. The humans are always planning something. And with that realization, Thalar's mind begins to churn. What if this was not just a rejection? What if Earth had known this would happen all along? What if, just as their technology had advanced rapidly, so too had their understanding of the galaxy's deeper, more hidden currents? As Earth's delegation exits, the doors close behind them with a soft hum, leaving the council members to wrestle with a question they had never expected to ask. What happens when a species no longer needs your approval to change the course of the galaxy? The camera lingers on the faces of the council members, their once immovable expressions now giving way to uncertainty. Outside, the stars continued to shimmer in the void, indifferent to the struggles unfolding within the crystal walls of the Galactic Council chamber. Location: Outer Rim Worlds, a vast, uncharted expanse at the edge of known space. These worlds, once dismissed by the Galactic Council as insignificant and underdeveloped, now serve as the stage for a new power rising from the shadows. The stars above twinkle with an eerie silence, and the faint hum of distant celestial bodies reverberates through the cold void. The planets on the outer rim seem to be nothing more than rocky, barren spheres at first glance, their surfaces untouched by civilization. But as Krill Nova begins his surveillance, his senses tingle with a subtle unease. Something is different about these worlds. There's a quiet pulse of activity, hidden beneath the surface. The data streams, once dormant, now flicker to life with an intensity that he cannot ignore. Krill Nova, observing from his private observation pod, watches with a growing sense of intrigue as Earth begins rerouting its resources. Contracts with the Council are abruptly cancelled. Trade routes that once fed the heart of the Council's vast network now run cold, and yet, Earth's activity continues to escalate, more insistent, more deliberate. The planets that were once barely noticed grimy mining worlds, dusty outposts, forgotten colonies begin to receive shipments of strange, highly advanced equipment. Large freighters, their hulls gleaming under the dim light of distant stars, silently arrive at these once unimportant locations. They unload cargoes of modular components, intricate blueprints, and high-tech machinery, the likes of which the Council has never seen. Krill Nova, thoughtfully, to himself, they are not just abandoning us, they are constructing something. The camera zooms in on one of these planets, a desolate rock orbiting a dying star. At its surface, workers, humans, and a few alien species who have secretly aligned themselves with Earth move in sync. They unload massive containers, the sleek shapes of advanced machines emerging from within. It's clear now, Earth is building something vast. Something that no one, not even the Council, could have predicted. The scene shifts to an area on one of the outer rim worlds. A massive construction site stretches out like a mechanical spider's web, sprawling across the horizon. At the center of it all rises a colossal structure, gleaming and unearthly in its design. A space station, an architectural marvel. Its surfaces shimmer with clean, angular lines, designed for function, yet beautiful in a way that speaks of a society with knowledge far beyond its years. In a span of less than 60 days, this station has gone from mere blueprints to a fully operational hub of trade, technology, and power. The station pulses with energy, as if alive, its internal systems humming with quiet intensity. Drones flit through the station's steel halls, assembling and reassembling components with flawless precision. Krill Nova, his voice a soft whisper of disbelief, impossible. This station, it was only a dream, a theory. How could they have built it so quickly? Krill Nova's tendrils twitch, his mind racing to understand what he's witnessing. The data streams indicate that the station's construction time is far shorter than any advanced species could manage. The components that once seemed scattered, fragments of a grand vision, have coalesced in the blink of an eye. The pieces were not rushed, they were meticulously prepared over time, stored in quiet corners of space, ready for the right moment to spring into existence. He zooms in on the data, his eyes widening as he realizes the truth. Earth had been planning this moment far longer than anyone had imagined. The humans had been constructing their empire in secret, gathering the pieces of a vast, sprawling network, a network that now stands on the verge of reshaping the galaxy. The camera pulls back to reveal the full scale of the space station. It hangs in orbit around the planet, its silhouette like a sentinel watching over the outer rim. Its size is staggering, larger than anything the Council has ever built. And more importantly, it is built with one purpose in mind: independence. There are no long bureaucratic queues for approval. No slow-moving councils to weigh the costs and benefits. There are no cumbersome regulations or slow deliberations. This station is a testament to humanity's approach, a quick, decisive execution of vision, unburdened by the political games of the Council. Back on the Galactic Council ship, Krill Nova's findings are presented in the form of stark, cold data. The evidence is undeniable. A hum of disbelief runs through the chamber as the Council members review the information. The images of the station, a monument of human ingenuity, make their way across the display screens. Zalra XARN, her voice now laced with an edge of alarm: this cannot be. Earth has built a station of this magnitude in less than 2 months? And they have constructed it in the outer rim, beyond our reach. Krill Nova watches silently, his mind swirling with the implications of this discovery. He had known that humanity was a species full of surprises, but this was unlike anything he had ever witnessed. They had outpaced the Council, bypassed their slow-moving bureaucracy, and built something that could not be ignored. Krill Nova, softly, to himself, this isn't just a station. This is a new foundation. A new empire. The Council, once so confident in its own systems, now faces a new reality, one where their authority is no longer absolute. They realize, too late, that humanity is no longer just a species to be controlled. They have begun building their own empire, one based not on politics and diplomacy, but on efficiency, innovation, and most terrifying of all, freedom. The camera zooms out from the massive space station, now fully operational, its metallic surface glistening under the light of distant stars. The entire station hums with purpose, a symbol of humanity's determination to carve out its own place in the universe. It is no longer just an outpost. It is the first of many. And as the human fleet moves to secure more worlds, the Galactic Council must now ask themselves a question they never expected to face. Krill Nova, thoughtfully, the words echoing in his mind: have we just witnessed the birth of a new power? One that may soon rival our own. Location: Galactic Council Chamber, a place of imposing authority, its vast, crystalline walls now echo with tension. The room's colossal size, filled with representatives of countless species, stands as a monument to the power and tradition of the Council. Above, Holographic projections of galactic maps shimmer in the air, outlining the far reaches of space, each star a marker of the Council's influence. But beneath the grandeur, there is an undercurrent of uncertainty, like the distant rumblings before a storm. Zalra Zarn stands at the front of the chamber, her violet skin pulsating with the rhythm of her emotions. The weight of the moment hangs heavily on her, her many arms folded in stern determination. The council members sit in their respective thrones, eyes glowing with curiosity and unease, their bodies poised for a decision. Zalra Xarn, her voice resounding across the room, the time for discussion has ended. The humans have made their choice. They refuse to heed the wisdom of the council, and now they must face the consequences. Zalra's voice reverberates in the chamber, as though the very walls are absorbing her words, drawing in attention that has been building since Earth's withdrawal. She extends a hand, gesturing to the glowing display of Earth's activities. The hologram flickers, showing Earth's rapid expansion on the outer rim and their technological advancements that defy logic. Zalra Xarn, voice cold and unwavering, the Council has voted. Sanctions will be placed upon Earth. Trade with their worlds will cease immediately. No further expansion of their colonies will be permitted. Any attempt to bypass these measures will be met with immediate repercussions. The council members exchange murmurs of agreement, their voices a soft hum in the background. They seem certain that these sanctions will be enough to quell humanity's progress. Yet, even as the words leave Zalra's mouth, a sense of unease lingers. A quiet doubt that something more, something beyond their understanding, is unfolding. Across the vast expanse of the galaxy, Earth's delegation led by the ever-composed Marissa Kale receives the news with an eerie calm. She is sitting in a conference room, her reflection faintly visible in the polished surface of a communication device. There is no sign of anger or frustration in her expression, only a knowing look, as though she anticipated this response from the very beginning. The camera focuses on her face, calm, resolute, her eyes gleaming with an unsettling confidence. With a smooth motion, she taps the device, and a holographic video begins to play, projected for all to see in the council chamber. It's a celebration. The humans in the video, dressed in formal attire, raise glasses filled with champagne. Their faces are illuminated with smiles that border on the mischievous. Marissa Kale, her voice carrying through the hologram, thank you, High Counselor, for this enlightening session. Your sanctions have provided us with exactly what we needed, the freedom to act without interference. We have no desire to conform to your outdated methods. Now, we will shape our own future. The holographic image shifts, showing Marissa Kale and her team toasting to their success. They laugh, exchanging light-hearted words as the camera pans over their faces full of hope, but also something deeper. An unspoken certainty that they are on the cusp of something monumental. The chamber falls silent. The council members, who had once been so confident, now sit in stunned disbelief. Marissa's words hang heavy in the air. The video ends with her final smile, a soft, knowing curve of her lips, before the transmission flickers off. The silence in the council chamber is thick with confusion. Zalrazarn's face hardens, her violet skin shifting to darker shades as she processes the unexpected response from Earth. The sound of her voice breaks the silence, but now it is laced with frustration. Zalra Xarn, eyes narrowing. How could they respond this way? They should be cowering. They should be begging for forgiveness, yet instead, they mock us. This cannot be. What are they planning? The camera pans to the other members of the council. Some fidget nervously in their thrones, their eyes darting between one another. Others remain still, unsure how to respond. The once imposing authority of the council now seems fragile, like a crumbling monument, held together by outdated traditions. In the Outer Rim, where Earth's newly constructed colonies begin to hum with activity, the sense of progress is palpable. It is not just a series of technological marvels, these are the building blocks of something greater. Advanced ships laden with supplies glide smoothly between the colonies, their sleek, metallic bodies cutting through the vastness of space with unmatched precision. High-tech facilities rise on barren planets, where once there was nothing but dust and silence. Humans and their new allies, species from the furthest corners of the galaxy, work together seamlessly, constructing cities, building infrastructure, and sharing knowledge. Their progress is relentless, and the Council's sanctions seem as ineffective as a stone thrown into a vast ocean. Every attempt to stifle their growth only fuels their momentum. Back in the council chamber, the tension is palpable, yet there is no immediate solution. Zalrazarn clenches her hands into fists, her skin flashing with anger. The council, now in chaos, continues to deliberate in circles, each passing moment revealing just how out of touch they are with humanity's true intentions. Zalra Xarn, forcefully, this is not just defiance. This is a challenge to our authority. We must respond swiftly and decisively. Yet as she speaks, she knows, deep down, that the Council has already misjudged humanity. The sanctions they've imposed are not the shackles they believe them to be. Humanity, it seems, does not seek to be controlled. Instead, they seek something far more dangerous, a future of their own making, where they are not bound by the laws and limitations of the Galactic Council. The Council fails to grasp the full extent of the situation, continuing to underestimate humanity's true capabilities. Their every move is a misstep, their every assumption flawed. Humanity, it seems, is not reacting to their attempts to control them, they are simply moving forward, building their future with quiet, unstoppable determination. Location: Outer Rim worlds and human-controlled trading hubs, the far reaches of space, where the stars seem to flicker with a distant, indifferent light. These are the worlds that the Galactic Council once overlooked, considered too remote, too raw, too far from the well-lit centers of galactic power. Yet, beneath a veil of isolation, a quiet revolution is unfolding. Humanity's expansion begins like the slow, steady pulse of a heartbeat, faint at first, but growing stronger with each passing cycle. On planets that were once barren, colonies begin to take root. What were once desolate landscapes now hum with activity, as vast cities rise from the dust, their spires stretching toward the heavens, their lights twinkling like a constellation of their own. The air is alive with movement. Shuttles streak across the sky, leaving trails of light in their wake, while sleek cargo ships land at new trading hubs that have sprung up like mushrooms in a forgotten forest. These hubs are marvels of efficiency, their towering structures gleaming under the light of distant stars. Automated systems work in perfect harmony, unloading goods with surgical precision, while trade routes buzz with activity, crossing paths in ways that the Council never envisioned. The trade hubs operate like well-oiled machines, faster, cleaner, more efficient than anything the Council has built. There are no endless bureaucratic layers to navigate, no slow-moving paperwork to shuffle through. Every process, from the initial docking to the final transaction, is streamlined to the point of perfection. The goods flow smoothly from one world to the next, cutting through the vastness of space at speeds that leave the old systems of the Galactic Council in the dust. Krill Nova watches, his mind racing with confusion and curiosity. As an ambassador tasked with monitoring the progress of Earth, he has seen the beginnings of something remarkable, something he cannot yet fully comprehend. His tendrils twitch as he scans the data feeds, and it dawns on him that Earth is not just participating in the economy, they are reshaping it entirely. He zooms in on one of the trade routes, following the flow of goods and technology. Earth, he realizes, is not merely exchanging commodities. They are spreading innovation, introducing new technologies to worlds that had never seen them before. On previously underdeveloped planets, factories once primitive and outdated now hum with the power of advanced machinery. Infrastructure that was once a pipe dream is now a reality, as humans share their technology freely with those who are willing to embrace it. Krill Nova, whispering, his voice filled with a growing sense of awe, they are not just trading. They are transforming entire worlds. The camera zooms out to reveal the vast web of humanity's influence. The Outer Rim, once a barren wasteland of forgotten colonies, is now teeming with life. A new economy has taken root, one that is based on cooperation, not dominance. Planets that were once isolated now flourish, connected by the invisible threads of a trade network that operates outside the Council's control. Humanity's technology is not just advancing the colonies, it is advancing the entire region. The hub worlds are no longer simply points of exchange, they have become centers of learning, of innovation, where different species come together to share ideas, to grow, and to evolve. The flow of goods has become secondary to the exchange of knowledge. Krill Nova's realization deepens. Humanity's reach is not confined to material wealth. They are fostering a new kind of alliance, one built on mutual benefit rather than subjugation. Their network is more than a mere economy, it is a living, breathing organism, growing and expanding with a life of its own. The humans' approach is unlike anything the Council has ever seen. They are not creating an empire built on military might or political power. Instead, they are building something far more insidious, an empire based on freedom, innovation, and the free exchange of ideas. They are not forcing their will on other species, they are offering them the chance to thrive on their own terms. As Krill Nova continues to monitor the situation, his unease grows. The Galactic Council, once a symbol of power and authority, is beginning to fade into irrelevance. The systems that once held the galaxy together, the complex webs of trade and bureaucracy, are slowly being dismantled by humanity's new, efficient approach. The Council's traditional methods, trade tariffs, regulations, quotas, are no match for the fluidity and speed of humanity's network. Where the Council imposes slow, cumbersome rules, humanity introduces flexibility. Where the Council forces compliance, humanity fosters cooperation. The camera shifts to a meeting of the Council, where Zalra Zarn stands at the center, her skin flashing with frustration and disbelief. The once mighty authority of the Council is beginning to crack. The reports from Krill Nova and others are clear. Humanity's influence is growing at an unstoppable rate. New colonies, new trading hubs, new partnerships, these are not isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern, one that the Council cannot control, one that they do not understand. Zalra Xarn, her voice tinged with frustration, they are not just building a trade network. They are building something else. An empire, yes, but one that operates by entirely different rules that we have never even considered. Zalra's realization hits the chamber with the force of a physical blow. The Council has spent centuries, millennia even, perfecting a system based on hierarchy, on control. And now, humanity has come, and they are changing everything. Their system of free-flowing innovation and cooperation is not just different, it is a threat to everything the Council has built. The scene closes with a sweeping view of the Outer Rim, now alive with activity. The once empty spaces are filled with ships, with people, with a growing energy that hums through the stars. Humanity's network is expanding, and it is not stopping. The Council has underestimated them. The galaxy has underestimated them. But humanity is not waiting for permission. They are taking their future into their own hands, building something new, something better, with every passing cycle. Location: Galactic Council Chamber. The chamber once held the power and certainty of millennia-old traditions. Now, the crystal walls, once radiating strength and prestige, hum with an ominous vibration, as if they, too, are beginning to crack under the weight of what is unfolding. The vast space, filled with representatives from across the galaxy, feels increasingly claustrophobic, an unsettling contrast to the open, ever-expanding reaches of the human cooperative. The scene opens with a low hum of panic. The once confident members of the Council are now huddled in groups, murmuring anxiously, eyes darting between data streams projected in mid-air. Their faces, once serene in the certainty of their authority, are now marred by anxiety, brows furrowed with concern. On the once dominant trading hubs of the Council, the once bustling corridors now seem eerily silent. The once proud ships of the Council sit idle in their docks, their engines quiet, their hulls gathering dust. The numbers that flicker across the holographic displays tell a bleak story. The galaxy's economy is in decline. Krill Nova, watching the data feeds, his voice tinged with disbelief. The figures don't lie. Trade volumes have plummeted. The worlds that once depended on the Council's established routes have abandoned us. The data streams shift, showing the worlds that had once been loyal to the Council, now marked in green, their allegiance now firmly with the human cooperative. These worlds, which the Council had thought were safely within their grasp, are slipping away like sand through an open hand. Zalrazarn stands at the center of the chamber, her skin flickering between deep shades of purple, her emotions radiating from her like an aura. Her sharp, angular features twist with frustration as she observes the unfolding disaster. Zalrazarn, her voice low, barely contained. This cannot be. How can they turn their backs on us? We are the Council. We control the galaxy. But her words lack conviction, and the reality in the room presses down like a weight. The Council's hold on the galaxy is slipping through their fingers. The once feared economic power of the Council is crumbling as the human cooperatives network continues to expand with an unnerving speed. New colonies, new trade routes, new alliances. Humanity's empire, built on the principles of cooperation and innovation, is surging ahead. Their colonies are not just growing, they are thriving, accelerating at a pace that the Council cannot match. Human-controlled trading hubs now outpace the Council's, offering better deals, faster services, and a level of efficiency that leaves the old systems of the Council far behind. In the midst of the growing panic, Zalrazarn stands, her multiple arms raised in a final attempt to assert control. She barks orders, demanding that new sanctions be imposed on the human cooperative, that their expansion be halted, that their ships be intercepted. Zalrazarn, sharply, to the Council: we will not let them go unchecked. We must impose a blockade. We will shut them down. Their rapid expansion must be stopped. She gestures, and the holographic projections shift, showing the impending sanctions, the fleet deployments, and the financial consequences. But even as she speaks, doubt flickers in her eyes. Her orders feel like an echo of a past that no longer applies. The Council's old methods, slow, bureaucratic, and rigid, are no longer sufficient to combat the dynamic and nimble strategies of humanity. The chamber hums with growing unease. The Council members, once resolute, begin to exchange nervous glances. The older members, their eyes dimmed with age, are now beginning to show signs of hesitation. The younger ones, eager to prove themselves, are still clinging to the old ways, but even they can sense the approaching collapse. Krill Nova, ever the observer, watches the Council's futile attempts to regain control. His mind races as he analyzes the unfolding situation. He has seen the numbers, heard the reports, and now he knows the truth. Humanity is not just building a trade network. They are building an empire. But not like any the galaxy has ever seen. The realization hits him like a cold wave. Humanity's empire is not bound by the same limitations as the Council's. They do not rely on coercion or control. They are not trying to dominate. They are offering something better: freedom, opportunity, and innovation. And it is this new model, this new way of thinking, that is sweeping across the galaxy like wildfire. Krill Nova, softly, as if to himself they've proven it. The old ways of the Council are no longer enough. We've misjudged them. We thought they were just another species to control. But they've created something better. The camera pulls back, showing the Council chamber in disarray. The once proud authority of the Galactic Council seems increasingly frail, its foundations crumbling. Outside, the stars continue to burn, indifferent to the crisis unfolding below. But in the vastness of space, one thing is certain: humanity's influence is now undeniable. And the Council is struggling to keep up. The human-controlled trade hubs continue to thrive. Entire systems, once dependent on the Council's slow-moving bureaucracy, are now aligned with a human cooperative. The wheels of the galaxy are turning faster, and the Council is falling further behind. Location: new headquarters of the United Systems Alliance, a breathtaking structure, born from human ingenuity, stands at the heart of a previously barren sector of space. The architecture defies traditional design, a fusion of sleek, polished surfaces with natural elements, seamlessly blending technology and the organic. Its towering spires, reflective and angular, stretch upward like fingers of light reaching for the stars. The structure shimmers with a quiet energy, pulsing like the heart of a new empire. Inside, the atmosphere is electric. The once formal corridors of the Galactic Council have been replaced with wide, open spaces. Transparent walls offer panoramic views of the stars beyond, the vastness of space now a symbol of freedom, not control. Human and alien representatives move freely, their voices blending into a harmonious hum of cooperation. The air itself seems to vibrate with possibility, and the sense of order is effortless, fluid like the natural flow of water running through a stream. At the center of this vast, new headquarters, Marissa Kale stands, her presence commanding yet approachable. She gazes out over the room, where members from dozens of species mingle, discussing future plans, forming new alliances. The sound of her voice, when it rings out, carries the weight of purpose, yet there is no trace of arrogance. It is the voice of a leader, but not one who demands. She invites. Marissa Kale, her voice warm, yet carrying the authority of something far grander. The United Systems Alliance is born today, not out of conquest, but from the desire to build something greater. Our doors are open to all who share the values of progress, innovation, and freedom. Join us, and together, we will forge a future that is limitless. The words ripple through the gathered crowd. The very essence of the alliance is clear, an open invitation to prosper, to thrive not under the boot of an empire, but in the light of cooperation. There is no forced allegiance here. There is only the shared belief in something better, something new. As Marissa's words linger in the air, the view screen behind her shifts, showing the steady influx of new worlds joining the alliance. Former Council worlds, long regarded as bastions of power, now stand in alliance with humanity. The shift is not abrupt but steady, almost inevitable. The message is clear: the old order has been replaced. On the outskirts of the chamber, a new holographic map displays the reach of the United Systems Alliance, its borders expanding with each passing moment. Where once the Galactic Council had stretched its influence like a network of veins throughout the galaxy, now there is a new, vibrant web, alive, adaptive, and rapidly growing. The Council, once the epitome of intergalactic dominance, has been reduced to a fractured, irrelevant entity. The old methods, the old ways of control, no longer hold sway. The alliances are formed not out of fear, but out of mutual benefit, shared values, and a vision for the future. The transformation is both stunning and inevitable. In the once foreboding council chamber, the remaining members sit in grim silence. Zalra Zarn's expression is taut, her skin flickering in shades of deep purple, reflecting the turmoil within. Her arms are crossed, her posture rigid, but the weight of defeat presses heavily upon her. The holographic displays before her show a galaxy that is no longer under their control. The once certain paths of trade and politics now lie empty, replaced by the ever-growing presence of the United Systems Alliance. Zalra Xarn, her voice barely a whisper, filled with resignation. It is over. We cannot maintain our dominance any longer. The future of the galaxy has shifted, and we have failed to adapt. Around her, the other members, once proud and resolute, now sit in stunned silence. Their eyes dart nervously, but there are no solutions, no words that can undo the gravity of their failure. The very foundations of the Council are crumbling, undone not by an external force, but by humanity's ability to offer something the galaxy desires, something the Council could never provide: freedom, cooperation, and progress without strings attached. As the holograms flicker with the final confirmation that more worlds have joined the Alliance, Krill Nova stands at the back of the room, his tendrils twitching with thought. He has seen this moment coming for cycles, but now, the reality is undeniable. Humanity's quiet revolution is complete. Their methods have reshaped the galaxy, and in doing so, they have proven something the Council never could have imagined: that a better way exists, one rooted in partnership, not control. Krill Nova moves to his console, his fingers hovering over the keys. With a quiet sigh, he begins to compose his final report, an acknowledgement of what has transpired, of what the galaxy has become, and of the undeniable truth that humanity has redefined the very fabric of intergalactic relations. Krill Nova, as he types, his words final, yet tinged with an odd sense of admiration, the human cooperative has succeeded in transforming the galaxy. They have proven, without question, that their way is better, an approach rooted in cooperation, innovation, and the freedom to choose. The galaxy, it seems, prefers this new order to the old ways. I submit my final report with the understanding that we, the Council, have been left behind. The future belongs to humanity, and with it, a new chapter in galactic history. He pauses for a moment, looking up at the map of the galaxy, now teeming with the vibrant, interconnected threads of the United Systems Alliance. A soft smile tugs at the corners of his lips, not of triumph, but of a reluctant acknowledgement. Humanity has won. The camera pulls back, revealing the entire scope of the new alliance, an ever-expanding network of worlds, united not by conquest but by a shared vision. The stars above burn bright, and in their light, a new empire, one built on cooperation, innovation, and freedom, begins to flourish, reshaping the galaxy with each passing cycle. As the stars shimmer with the quiet hum of a galaxy in transformation, humanity stands at the dawn of an entirely new era. The once unshakable power of the Galactic Council is crumbling under the weight of its own arrogance, while the United Systems Alliance grows stronger, reaching further into the vast reaches of space. With every new world that joins, humanity's vision of a galaxy united by cooperation and freedom becomes more and more real. But as the galaxy shifts, one thing remains certain: this is only the beginning. What lies ahead for the inhabitants of the United Systems Alliance? What will the Council do next? And perhaps most intriguingly, what secrets does the universe still hold, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to challenge the status quo? The future is wide open, and the mysteries of the cosmos are only just beginning to reveal themselves. But what about you? What do you think is next for humanity? Do you believe the galaxy is ready for this new order, or are there forces lurking in the shadows, plotting to stop it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Galactic Conundrums for more thrilling stories and cosmic mysteries. The truth is out there, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned, because the galaxy is full of secrets that may be closer than we think.